So folks, just starting with the very first problem, let's see what we can do. We've got multiplication, and I've got a binomial that I'm going to trap. I've got a monomial. I don't have to trap him. An x, I don't have to trap that either. And then I have x plus 5 squared. You don't have to do this, but I personally find it easier to write x plus 5 times x plus 5. I like to expand it out to say that x plus 5 squared means there are 2 of them. That way, when I go to cross off, x plus 5 crosses off with the x plus 5, and I am left with 1x plus 5. If you wanted to use the x plus 5 squared, just note if I take 1 out from here, I'd still be left with 1x plus 5. So it's up to you. I personally like to expand it out, but you can just work with the power if that works for you. What else can we cross off? Anything? An x. So these are monomials, so I can take out a single x, which will leave me with x cubed. So what we are going to be left with is x cubed over x plus 5. Can I take another x out? No! And to ensure you don't do that, I would just go ahead and trap that binomial in parentheses. On this next one, got a lot of stuff going on here. First, we've got division and we've got multiplication. Keep the first fraction, change this to multiplication, and then who gets flipped? Just the middle one. So I'm actually going to write this below. So x plus 3, the first fraction stays. Trapping that top in parentheses. And then I flip this one and change it to multiplication. So only the middle one flips. I'm joining them all in one big fraction. So x minus 2 is still on the top. 3 is still on the bottom. See if you can simplify this. Sometimes students will try to cross off the x and say that there's one x left on the bottom. That's why I sometimes find it helpful to actually write 2 times x so that you're just taking out that x with that other x. So what we're left with is x minus 2 and then 2 times 3. Should we simplify that 2 times 3? Yeah, do it. X minus 2 over 6. Okay, folks, taking it up a notch with number 3. We've got 3x and x plus 2 squared. Our operation is multiplication, so I'm just going to go straight to the factor. Now, it's up to you, but I'm going to go ahead and expand out that x plus 2 to be x plus 2 times x plus 2. And then, can I do anything with x minus 5? Nope, it's just going to say x minus 5. So there's the top. Now, on the bottom, can I factor this one? Product of negative 10, sum of negative 3. What are my 2 numbers? 2 and 5, who's negative? The 5. So negative 5 plus 2 is negative 3. Negative 5 times 2 is a negative 10. And times 9x. See if you can cross off all the common factors and simplify. X plus 2 and x plus 2. Doesn't matter which pair you cross off, but you only get to take out 1 with 1, because x plus 2 divided by x plus 2 is 1. I can take out the x minus 5 with the x minus 5. What else can I take out? A 3 with the 9, which will leave me with 3, and an x with the x, which leaves me with nothing, or 1 if you want. So what are we left with? X plus 2 and 3. Did I not do attendance? Go ahead and try number 4 on your own. Key phrase, difference of squares. Oh my gosh, I will submit it right away. Thanks. Bye. All right, folks. So first, operation-wise, we've got division. Keep, change, flip. So I'm going to write this as multiplying x squared minus 1 over, 4x plus 4y. Trap, 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 trap. And trap, 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 trap. So now it's time to start factoring. As we look at x squared minus y squared, I don't think we've ever had like 2 different variables in an expression before. Anything jumping out at you about those 2 items though? They are both perfect squares. So it's a little unusual, but we actually can factor that as difference of squares. So my perfect square factors of x squared are x and x. Perfect square factors of y squared are y and y. 1 gets a plus, 1 gets a minus. We skedaddle on over to our numerator that we are connecting to this fraction. X squared minus 1. Third block said, nope, can't do anything with it. And I can see why this is an easy one to miss, because 1 is not a perfect square that we think about very often. Square root of 1 is just 1. It's not useful when we're trying to simplify with the quadratic formula, because we factor a 1 out. It's like, oh, we haven't changed the value of it at all. But 1 is a perfect square. So, folks, this is difference of squares as well. I would put a study note by this. Difference of squares. So something to be aware of, that 1 is still a perfect square. So I can factor that as x plus 1 and x minus 1. So there's the top, all pretty and factored. Now we move to the bottom. We want a product of -2 and a sum of -1. So x minus 2 and x plus 1. There's that first denominator. Can I factor 4x plus 4y? Yeah. Yes! What can we do? GCF, take a 4 out of both of those. And again, if you're like, what if I miss it? If you miss it, you will miss out on canceling out this one and this one. And if you miss the difference of squares, this one and this one. So check the answer key carefully. Determine if you missed something just canceling out wise, or if you missed something with your factoring. So let's go ahead and cross some stuff out. X plus y with x plus y, x plus 1. X plus 1. And what we're left with is the x minus y, the x minus 1, the x minus 2, and that 4 that's easy to miss. So x minus y on the top x minus 1 on the top. Now for the bottom, kind of like how we put our coefficients first, like 4 times x plus 1, we always put our monomials out in front. So writing it like this with the 4 in front of the x minus 2 is considered proper form. All right, folks, I want you to try number 5. Third block had some issues with this one. Give it a go. We'll go over it in a minute or so. I'm going to show y'all what I saw in third block. I'm drawing it in red. Don't do this. So they expanded the x plus 6. I like that. But they did this. Why is that not good? Why can we not take out that x squared with that other x squared? 1 is in a binomial. It's not x squared times 2x. This is a binomial that is trapped in parentheses, and you can't steal stuff out from those parentheses terms. So don't do that. But what we would do is we would try to factor it. Trap those binomials. X plus 6, I can't factor. It's multiplication, so no keep, change, flip. X squared plus 2x, I can take an x out. Which leaves me with x plus 2, so take out a GCF. And then on the bottom, x squared, x plus 6, x plus 6. So canceling out, x plus 6 and x plus 6. And is there anything else? 1x. If I take an x out from the top and the bottom, we are left with a x. So that will leave me with x plus 2, x, and x plus 6. So x plus 2. Leave it in factored form. Monomial in front, binomial behind. And that's our final answer. So folks, I want you to try number 6 on your own next, and we're just going to keep doing kind of catch and release style. I'll put up the answer key so you can check yourself as you start working through these.